this battle going on in the South Bay. On one side, you have the VTA, which is for a lot of people their main option for public transit in Santa Clara County. On the other, the men and women who make it run, the union that represents VTA workers. And caught in the middle of both sides, the riders who have been finding other ways to get around in the middle of a weeks-long strike. But tonight, it seems like part of that will be over, at least for now, because today a Santa Clara County judge ordered the transit workers back on the job.
Defendant ATU and its officers, agents, employees, representatives, and all persons acting in concert or participating with them are restrained and enjoined, directly or indirectly, from engaging in, committing, or performing directly or indirectly any and all of the following acts: sanctioning, assisting, or engaging in any strike, slowdown or stoppage of VTA work, operations, or service.
In other words, he says the strike is over. The strike started March 10th. 1,500 workers walked off the job, bringing service to a halt, and that had a huge impact. The VTA normally provides 100,000 rides a day. The VTA and the union are fighting about a number of issues. It boils down to the terms of a new contract for workers. The VTA board held a special meeting Sunday offering a new proposal that included an 11% pay raise over 3 years. But workers rejected that offer. They want 18%. VTA workers are scheduled to head back to work tomorrow without a new contract in place. So the question now is, where does the union go from here? Our Andrea Nakano has the story.
Upset. Disappointed at the judge's decision.
Jose Salas is a light rail operator for VTA and has worked there for the last 19 years. After being on the picket line for weeks, the judge's decision was a big blow.
As it stands right now, we are working under the old contract. That means we don't get a raise. With the high cost of living, everybody's struggling. These last 3 weeks that we went out, a lot of people are suffering because they have to pay mortgages.
According to Valley Transportation Authority, workers will go back tomorrow and partial bus service will start on Friday. Then once all the equipment has been checked, light rail service will be back on track.
We're appreciative of this ruling because it means that tens of thousands of people can get back on public transportation, which many people rely on and have been without for the last 2 weeks. It also means that our workers can get back to work. They've been without regular paychecks for the last 2 weeks.
VTA says its workers are the second highest paid in California and the fifth highest in the nation. The company says the offer of an 11% raise over the next 3 years is still on the table.
ATU was still demanding an 18% raise over 3 years. VTA cannot afford to do that without cutting services drastically, laying people off, potentially raising fares, and that doesn't serve our customers well.
But workers say in the heart of Silicon Valley, the raise being offered barely pays the bills.
It's upsetting because we can reach that level of middle class. We're now on the lowers of middle class and struggling, right? We're not able to do what we used to do because of the cost of living.
Salas remains hopeful and says if the last week has taught him anything, it's that the workers are united in their demands for better pay and better working conditions.
I just got to pick up my spirits again and just continue doing what I do best, give it 100% like I always do.
So that's the battle part, but obviously the strike has caused stress for the thousands of riders who depend on VTA. We caught up with a few of them right after the judge made this new ruling. The people we talked to seemed kind of torn.
I could side with the drivers because I'm a working class citizen myself, but I can also, there's people that they rely on that service.
I don't know, maybe legal standpoint, they were probably like, this is fair, we're giving you more than enough, but I don't know, with this economy, no one can survive.
Again, partial bus service is expected to be restored by Friday.